let's talk about how long these scenes could be. Now, for actors that are, working on their demo reels, they need short stuff because they basically have to put a reel together that's going to be about 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, and they need to have several clips from there. So even if you wrote like a half-page scene, up to 1 minute, which is 1 page, you could have a scene up to that long that they would use in their demo reel, but sometimes they pull like 15 or 20 seconds. And so if you have some kind of a moment that you think, oh, this would show comedic timing, or this would show a transition of emotion or revelation in their eyes, like if you have a moment where you can maybe create a bit of context for the sake of the actor to understand where they need to start. But as far as the dialogue goes and whatever explanations, because even it's not all about dialogue. Action is really important too, right? What are you crafting for that scene? But those short scenes, it really gives them something to work with for their demo reels. So then the other one is a demo scene. Now that's going to be a little bit longer. That can be like 3 to 5 minutes, or like a scene or scene series, something where they get a little bit more into wherever the story is. It doesn't actually have to be a story. It just needs to look like it's taken from a story. Okay, so then they get a little bit more opportunity where they could share a whole scene with someone instead of a few clips from scenes. And, that's a really good opportunity for them to either submit to festivals or submit to casting, anything. It just shows a little bit more of them. So those are important. So again, no need to set up context, right? You write the scene as if it was pulled from the middle of the story somewhere. I have found some of the best portions that you would pull from would be those plot points, those moments where there's a twist or a shift or a revelation within a story. Now, I'm not saying you write the whole story. What I'm saying is that you take that kind of a moment to write for the actor. So the inciting incident moment, the thing where something changes and there's some kind of a reaction to it, that's a good scene. Okay. The midpoint moment where something changes and there's a reaction to it. Okay. So like all these different moments, these plot points that we have in our screenplays when we're writing them, those are the times that you want to think about, like, how would you write that kind of a moment? And you write the scene that way because those moments really do have that clear shift in emotion, in direction. And it's like you come in and then something shifts. And what happens is that it sets up the audience to want to see more. So whoever their audience is, whether it's a potential agent or a director or, whoever, you want to leave them wanting more. So when you set it up that way, where you've set up something new, that it makes them want to go, ooh, I want to see that. They recognize that they have just connected with that actor. There was no context to the story, but they believed the actor in that scene and they wanted to see more. That's what we want to do for our actors. And so then for monologues, for performing, whether it be a live or a sent-in video, if they have to do a monologue, we want to set up the monologue where, of course, they don't have actual props or anything to interact with. I mean, unless it's something simple, like I wrote one for someone where she had a scarf, and so she actually could take a scarf because it's something simple that she could carry with her. But they don't have a set, and so they're going to use their imagination. That's what they do. They're actors, okay? But we need to write something that they would be able to carry on their own for up to 2 minutes. I'm pretty sure that that's the length. If you're an actor and you want to give more information, please comment. Let us know if there's a specific length that monologues should be, especially when you go to festivals or when you're submitting a self-tape for something and they ask for a monologue. I'm pretty sure the length for a monologue is 2 minutes. Okay. At like 1 to 2 minutes. It doesn't have to be 2, but like that's 1 to 2 pages. Okay. So there's a lot that can happen if it's one character at a time. So think about, like, in the scene, if there were other people in the scene that just don't have dialogue, that could work. So for example, one of the scripts that I wrote was for a woman who went into a boardroom and she was leading the board meeting, and there was a lot of comedic stuff in there, but she was acting as though there were other people in the scene even though they didn't have any dialogue. And so she didn't actually have to have a conversation with anyone, but allowed her to have some spatial context for herself for how she was doing it. And then, of course, that shows the audience, whoever's watching her, that she's interacting with someone, right? So yes, I'm doing this a lot in this video. Anyways, okay, I think I've made my point and I've had fun doing it. So hope you've enjoyed it too. Please post in the comments if you want to correct me on anything or if you want to ask any follow-up questions. I'm happy to have the conversation, and I hope we all are. Let's all work on this together. I don't know everything. I just want to start the conversation and get things moving in the right direction.